Hello everyone, this is Ellen and I'm so excited to bring to you, drumroll please, the 100 Heads Challenge. So if you don't know what the 100 Heads Challenge is, I'm going to tell you all about it. About 4 years ago, an artist and a YouTuber by the name of Ahmed Al-Duri created a challenge called the 100 Heads Challenge. And the challenge was to draw 10 heads a day for 10 days with a total of 100 heads at the end. Now, I'm going to tell you something, I did not finish this in 10 days, but I did complete the 100 heads. So, I was really excited that I pushed myself, that I completed the challenge, and I'm going to talk you through a little bit of what I learned in the process. So I started my first one out here, just a girl from something I saw online, and I just was really interested in the composition, and I had never used black paper with white charcoal pencil before, so I thought this would be a great opportunity to try that. It didn't go perfectly, but I was okay with it because I'm trying something new, and that's the whole point of the challenge, is to stretch myself and learn new skills. So that's what this is about, and this is my very first head in my challenge. Ahmed Al-Duri created a Pinterest board for everybody to be able to use as references so that we didn't have to hunt down 100 different heads. However, I used some of them, but I also thought it'd be really fun to draw drawings of a lot of people that I knew as well. So here is my beautiful niece Chelsea, squinting her face and looking adorable. I thought I would start the challenge by drawing with pencil because I'm the most familiar with it and the most comfortable with it, and I really just wanted to get started. Now what was really fun about this is that because I did want to use some reference photos of people that I knew, I went on Facebook a couple different times and I requested if anybody would like to be part of this challenge, they could submit a picture of themselves to use as reference, and I got a lot of people that contributed to that. And so here's one, my friend Cindy, that I went to school with. She's a gorgeous woman, and I think I really butchered her face, and I felt so bad about that. And I could also tell how rusty I was when I first started this out because I just really struggled with getting the right proportions and everything with their faces. And especially I noticed that there's an extra added challenge if it's somebody that you know, to draw them as well as you might draw a stranger. So I don't know, I definitely noticed an extra challenge with drawing the more familiar faces, but it was still a lot of fun to draw them. I think I struggled with this one, drawing that 3/4 angle, but I did realize that after drawing so many heads as I went through the challenge that 3/4 angle did get easier. This one I really wrestled with because there wasn't perfect clarity on the photo reference, and so I just had to do my best with what I had. I think I even went back to fix it. My sweet friend Julie. Here is my cousin-in-law Lacey. And my dear friend Charity, which I really struggled with this one as well for some reason. I don't know, I think I just must have been really rusty. So I thought I was a bit overzealous starting my challenge out with 10 familiar people, but you know what? It is what it is, and it's totally okay to make mistakes and be imperfect, is what I kept telling myself. yeah, so I had to go back and fix Julie's because it honestly didn't look like her. I definitely lost the likeness, but there it is, the first 10. Okay, so then I went in here and penciled in the basic shape for what I was going to draw next. The next 10, I was going to use markers, which I'm very, very unfamiliar with, but I bought my first Copic markers, grayscale, and these are the warm tone grayscale, and then I did some with the cool tone grayscale, and boy, I had so much fun with that. Like, I definitely want to use marker more and more. So a lot of these people are from my church that submitted photos for me to draw, and I just couldn't pick everybody that submitted a photo. I'm very sorry. I really needed some variety, and so I, kind of had to just pick and choose one photo over another. But yeah, so here's the cool tone grays that you can see. And I had so much fun with this because you see that's a C0 that I started with to etch in, and you can kind of build and build on it so that you don't have to worry about making too big of a mistake because it's such a light gray. Here's my pastor and boss, Cameron, which I didn't like the way that it turned out either. It looks like he's wearing eyeliner, but I do go back and fix that too, see? And our dear friend, John. Now this is it was toned paper, and I wanted to give that another go. I have toned paper and black paper, and I really want to focus on trying, to do more with that. This is my friend Cynthia's beautiful daughter. I loved her picture so much, and so I really was trying to use this toned paper. I don't think I'm getting the hang of it. I just need to do it more, but still liked the way that turned out. Again, I'm using markers, but then I thought I would kind of switch over to the colorful markers, and then obviously my inexperience led me to using colored pencils to kind of fill in some missing pieces. But yeah, I had fun. Some people had submitted pictures of their children making silly faces, and there were some of them that were just too good to pass up. I thought this was so cute, the way he had his mouth, and so I just had to draw it. This face cracked me up so bad. Now this is my niece that I drew a couple pages ago. That's her daughter, and so I don't think I nailed it very well, but that's okay. I still enjoyed it. Switching over to Bic pens here, I just traded off and on black and blue, and honestly, pen is one of my favorite type of drawing tool to use, just because you just have to go all in. There's no mistakes, there's no being able to erase it or anything like that. You just get what you get. So you have to go in with a level of confidence, and I really enjoy that. So I had a lot of fun creating these and drawing a little smaller. These are much less familiar faces. These were really most of them from the Pinterest heads that were provided for people who were doing this challenge. So on this next spread, what I thought I would concentrate on is just doing colored pencil. So I did sketch them in with pencil first, just to get them the way I wanted them. But I just loved these photos that I had as references. But what I ended up doing for the spread to kind of make them all blend is I just added a touch of blue in every single head. So some of these are ones that were created from the list, and then there are also some familiar faces that I will be drawing on the other page. This was a friend's kid. That was too good of a funny face not to draw, so I had to draw her in her cute little red bow. I also realized that I wanted to have a lot of variety in age as well, so having this adorable little baby in there was just fun to include in there. So this next spread, oh my goodness, I struggled with this. So the intention here was going to be I was going to suddenly know how to do gouache paint. Yeah, I don't know how to use gouache. I'm brand new at it. I just bought gouache paint and I've made like one painting with it, but definitely not any faces. So here we are. I tried to paint over it with white and I'll go back over it again. But these are my beautiful children, both when they're young, and then I go back and I do older, their current ages. I did not nail it. I think Nicholas here, this one here, probably turned out the best, but I mean, it was just a fluke. So. Yep, so then I go back over, here's my youngest, Oliver, and I do make it look better, but it's just not good. It's just not good. But that's okay. That's part of the learning process, and that's why we have sketchbooks, and that's what the whole point of a challenge is about, is not to just show people and prove, hey, look what I can do. It's I'm pushing myself to learn something new. So yeah, I make a lot of mistakes, and that's okay. Being okay with making mistakes, I feel like, is crucial to learning something new. And here's Brody, my middle son, and he was just such a cutie, just such a goofball, and he still is. Lost a little bit of the likeness, but I think I maintained the overall expression. And I think the biggest thing is like not spending hours and hours on each one, because that's the thing. As an artist, that's what I normally would do. I would spend way too much time on something until it's perfect. And so the biggest challenge for me was just moving on, doing the best I could. And if it's not perfect, then it's not perfect. But accepting it and just moving on. So yeah, still not great. I'm sorry, Oliver, you're way more cute and handsome than I made you out to be here, but that's okay. So then I thought, maybe I'll have more success if I paint a full page. So here I'm going to attempt to paint my husband, and I think it did turn out better because it was bigger. But honestly, and then a self-portrait. I thought, you know what, I'm really not nailing it already, so let me make it worse for myself. But here we go. I tried, guys. That's all I can say. I had fun. So this is probably one of my favorite spreads because pen is just so fun, but also drawing small forced me to draw fast. So I was able to get more done in a shorter period of time. And as you can see, I can compiled all of the profile views all together. So it kind of looked cohesive. And I just used different color pens and just went for it. And I liked the way it turned out. At about this point in this challenge, I thought, oh my gosh, what have I gotten myself into? It just started to feel like the longest challenge ever, so I thought I would start drawing smaller again and try to get more done at once. And so I also wanted to practice with the markers a little bit more and use a lot more color, and so that's what I thought I would do on this page. And I was kind of liking the way that it was kind of marrying together on the spread, and then I did this thing with the marker, and I really didn't like the way this turned out. I thought it would look different than it did, and I don't know, I was just trying something. And here we have 100. I thought for this one it'd be fun to kind of do mixed media and use every single thing that I had used on all the other ones. And so we have gouache, we have marker, we have colored pencil, we have pen, we have every single thing that I had used in the entire channel, or in the entire challenge on this one drawing. And there we have it, 100. If you want any advice on whether or not you should do this challenge, yes, you absolutely should. You absolutely should, but I would also recommend that you go on and watch a few other artists' challenge videos, because I think they can be so inspirational, and they can be so encouraging of like, if you just push through, if you just push yourself to try things that you've never done before, you might find that you're capable of doing more than you realize. So here is the final flip through of all 100 heads. And I want to just thank you so much for watching with me and joining me today on this challenge and on this video. I really encourage you to do one yourself if you're an artist, and if you enjoyed this, like and subscribe to watch more.